Hello, ladies and gents. Welcome to the channel of issues where I talk about them all, the good, bad, ugly, depressing, scary, funny, and the ones where we often talk about each other but behind each other's back. I talk about all of those issues because no matter what, we're going to have to deal with them. My name is Miss Charlotte Burley. You can look at me as your favorite auntie or your cousin or your big sister or your homegirl around the corner. Sometimes I'm also just that other voice. You kind of know the answer is in your gut, but you just need to hear a different perspective. Whatever it is, just know this comes from a place of love and support. Today's issue is going to be a tough one to digest because I'm really talking to single mothers, especially single mothers who are raising boys. I'm really talking to you and talking about a tough issue. This issue is really tough because it's already hard to be by yourself and to raise a young man alone. But it's really tough and hard when you are a young lady or a young woman who feels she's not loved. One, you don't love yourself. And two, you're not receiving love. And so a lot of times when you don't love yourself and you're not receiving love, you go to a negative place and a negative space. And you may have this young boy and you don't see that you are jeopardizing his life because of your situation, because of your issues. So I want to shed some light on some of this stuff because you may not even know this is you, but maybe your family and your friends do, and they just don't know how to tell you. So that's, again, why I'm doing these videos, because sometimes the issues and the situations are so hard and so tough that people can't deal with them because they don't know how to deal with them. So all I'm going to do is just shed some light on some of the things that I've seen, and in hopes that if you see this in you, that maybe you will say, wow, I never thought about it that way. And maybe this can help you to start changing and shifting some of the way that you think and some of the ways that you teach. So I'm gonna get right into it. A lot of times, single women, they like to try to say there's no good men out here. But the problem is they're looking at it from the perspective of a lover or a mate for themselves. They're not looking at a good man for their child. Okay, there's a difference. There may not be any good men for you to sleep with, to make a lover, to make a husband. But there are good men who could be a positive role model for your son. The problem is you have to really separate the two. You can't be so selfish and just think about yourself, okay? Maybe there's a good man, but maybe he don't want to sleep with you. You have to learn to let that be acceptable. Maybe he doesn't want me, but he's a good guy, and maybe he might be, someone that can help take my son to the basketball games or give my son some male perspective, because really all we have as a woman is a female perspective. So it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. You can't help you're a female. You don't have a male perspective because you are not a male. Therefore, your son needs male perspective from anything, from using the bathroom to how he eats his food, to going to school, how he dressed, just to come up with his own personality. He needs a male perspective. If he doesn't have any brothers, if he doesn't have a father around or uncle, you have to do your job as a single mother to try to figure out how to get a really good, positive male perspective in your son's life without thinking about that male serving you in the bed in your life. Okay? That's the difference. Maybe there's no good man for your bed, but maybe there's a good man for your son. So I want you to think about that. Think about maybe you're a good girlfriend who's married to a good man. Have you thought about talking with her and saying, listen, are you happy with your husband? If she says, yes, I love my husband. Is he a good provider? Yes, he's a good provider. Is he a good father? Oh, he's a great father. As your friend, would you mind if I give your husband, some money to help me out with my son Maybe he could take my son along with your kids to the movies. Maybe he could take my son on Saturdays and show him how to mow lawns, or to take him to a basketball game. I just need to get some male, perspective in my son's life. And I know your husband. Would you mind? See, that is a way to get a good man into your child's life instead of focusing on getting you a man into your bedroom, getting you a man as a lover. Okay? That's the issue here. The issue is separating getting a good man for you and your relationship and getting a good man for your son. That's what I wanted to talk about today in this video. And I really hope that reaches out to somebody. If you don't have a friend that has a good husband, do you have a brother? Can you ask your brother to help you out? If you don't have a brother, if you don't have any positive men in your life, let's say your dad is horrible. Let's say your brother's horrible. Or maybe you don't have a father. Maybe you don't know who your father is. Maybe, it's just horrible. You just have no men in your life that can help you. Okay, so then you search for good men. You search for boys and girls clubs. Find a boys and girls club. Go and investigate yourself. Go to some of the, programs. Pick out somebody you feel is a really good person, is a coach. You do not have to leave your child with a stranger by yourself. But what you could do is you can go along. You can say, hey, Coach so-and-so or Professor so-and-so, can I offer you, dinner or, a couple of bucks, $100 a month to take me and my son to a game? I'm not trying to date you. I'm not trying to get into bed with you, but I also don't really know you all the way, and I need to get to know you. And until I get to know you and can trust you, I need to go along with you. But I do need a man in my son's life. So can you, go out with us? Can you show us how to play basketball? Can you show us how to do that? And you just kind of be the guardian. You just be there and you get to watch your son interact with the man, and you can kind of see the difference. Oh, okay, I see why he needs to hang out with him. I see why he needs to test certain things. And you just be there until you really can trust that you can, leave your son alone with this man. Because I'm not saying leave your son with a stranger because, this world is horrible. We don't know what this man may do. He could hurt your kid. He could, molest your kid, unfortunately. So I already understand the fear of giving your kid to a stranger. So I'm not saying that. Do not give your kid to a stranger. You have to investigate this person. You have to put some time and some research, and you have to go along with a lot of the field trips or whatever you want to call. But all I'm saying is really try to stop saying there's no good men out here. There are plenty of good men out here. They just may not want to sleep with you. And that's the issue. Too many of you are trying to find a lover, a husband, a boyfriend. And when you do that, you forget about your son and what's really important. If you understand what I'm talking about, please give me the thumbs up. If you don't and you hate what I'm saying, give me the thumbs down. It's all good. We're here to learn. We're here to share. Share my videos. Leave me a comment. Leave me some of your stories. Put it in a comment. I will, reach back out to you. Whatever it takes. Let's just really start moving these issues along for the better. Don't forget, subscribe to my channel. And for all of my subscribers, I love and appreciate you. I cannot do this without you. And there's a little bell over here for notifications. Hit that bell, and when I do new videos, you will get a notification so that you don't miss another video. I am definitely working on my consistency. I'm trying to do my videos now on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Fridays are my Awareness Friday videos, and I have a playlist for that, so you can check that out in the link. Please, ladies, just take this in. Don't be so defensive because you don't mean to think this way. It's not intentional. It's just that you are looking for love and you deserve love, but you have to separate the two. That's all I'm saying. Separate the two. There are good men out here for your son. You have to find them so that your son doesn't suffer. You don't want your son to grow up without having any masculine contribution.